What's up, beautiful people? Today is February 26th, and here's the energy report. We are coming into the full moon at 8 degrees of Virgo with a Yod later tonight, right around midnight, actually, Pacific time. So we're in this energy, right? We're in this time, this place where we're being asked to really be honest with ourselves. There's a lot of options, a lot of, choices to be made. And I'm noticing as I'm getting back into my athletic side. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw my cryotherapy video, and digging in to that feeling within, for the last like 6 years or so, after my bodybuilding career sort of ended, right? I had this identity crisis where I attached myself to the identity of being a bodybuilder. And when I didn't become pro, and when the things that I wanted to happen didn't necessarily happen, I felt like I lost a piece of myself. So then I started on this new journey. And that was right around the time, actually, come to think about it, that was 2012 was the year that I did like most of my shows. I did 3 shows in a row. And then 2013 was the last show that I did. So it was North Node was in Taurus. So we're in this time of North Node Virgo, South Node in Gemini. And we're looking at these patterns, right? We're looking at like in the past, and these new things are coming up, and it's reminding us of the past. And we're seeing how much we've grown, what we've integrated, but we're also seeing how like the same kind of properties come up again. Like, for example, when I was really, really, obsessed about bodybuilding and digging deep and going within, when I would go into it, it was like a meditative experience for me. Exercise, being an athlete is a very spiritual experience. You put yourself through this, physical stress that requires mental discipline and it's a very mental game, right? The deeper you go, the more deeper you're going to dig mentally. And, when I did the cryotherapy yesterday, my friend Cody, who's a professional boxer, he's in that place, right? And it's reminding me of me when I was back at that place. And now getting back into it, I've been going into the other side where like the spiritual depth and the metaphysical, fear, which is similar, but it's a different place, like from a different perspective, right? So I'm finding that we're going back into these places and digging deep from this new place. We're discovering new things about ourselves. Also, I'm finding, at least for me, and these are aha moments that I've been having, and epiphanies and such, where coming into situations where it's almost like old habits are coming up, and if we, it's sort of testing us to see if we've done the work, and opportunities are coming through, but it's testing our patience, it's testing our wherewithal, and it's testing our mental like discipline and fortitude, right? Are we going to like, for me, sometimes I tend to rush into things sometimes, and I get so many ideas that I spread myself too thin, and I want to do 100 things at once, and I need to be kept in check, kind of, from people that I know and that I trust. And that's why surrounding yourself, you are the average of like the top 5 people that you hang around with, right? Well, I spend a lot of time alone, but the top 5 people I hang around with, I make sure that they hold me accountable. But I find that when I'm in my shit, when I'm triggered, I just go into hermit mode. I just spend time alone. So wherever you're at in this process, you could be in the hermit mode, you can be seeking out support and help from other people. You could be going into this, these like spiritual triggers, these like deep, challenging your fear. But really right now, we're all going into a new level or type of fear within ourselves to challenge ourselves to grow again in this whole new way. And it's funny how you get stronger, but the triggers never get easier. However, I will say that I've gotten much better at navigating the triggers and being able to, okay, whoa, I need to step back. I'm not thinking clearly. I'm not in the zone. And when there's a lot of this shifting and transitioning, like I've been trying to like find a new way to approach social media. And I think I've been overthinking a little bit, but that's, that's the Aquarian energy, right? We get way in our head. And I'm seeing that I feel inauthentic when I'm trying to be authentically present with a certain scenario or thing that I'm doing and taking a video of it. It's like that the taking the video is taking away the authenticity, which is making me feel like, you know, not right in some kind of way. And that's a trigger that I'm facing and I'm working through. So giving you guys some examples of just some of the things that I've been seeing. And this is where, you know, we can get caught up in these things. So if you're feeling confused, or if you're feeling lost, or if you're feeling like, you know, one of these things where you're like, wow, something new is taking off, taking charge, taking hold, and I don't really know where it's bringing me. If you're feeling like, what the hell is going on, take a step back from it. All right. And whatever that means, it could be taking a step back from thinking. It could be you're just going for a drive. Just, you don't know where you're going to go. You're just going to drive. This could be surrounding yourself with somebody new. This could be getting astrology reading to get clarity. Whatever it is, okay, patience is a virtue. Like, we're in mutable energy now. Things are going to be changing. Venus is now in Pisces. We're going to be wanting to escape, but we're also going to be wanting to look at what makes us really feel good. All right. And what might, you know, like, what's instant gratification versus what, you know, what's it worth? What do you really want? Do you want the long game? Even if it, you know, like, if you don't even see the long game clearly, there's a lot of unknowns because the pieces are still coming together. But when there is all these unknowns, the real key is to trust and have faith and sit in the unknown, and don't make any sudden move or plan if you don't feel 100% fuck yeah, ready to go in it. Okay. And you'll know. And the more you do it, the more you trust yourself, the more that trust grows, the more the faith grows. But I feel like right now we are facing some very crucial and fundamental deep blocks within ourselves. And today with this full moon, I made a whole full moon video on my YouTube. You can go in my YouTube and check that out if you would like to watch that. And please feel free to share it. All right. But with this Yod energy, okay, Saturn sextile Chiron, and both are quincunx to the moon. I mean, guys, you know, this is looking at, like, breaking down, breaking apart our lives, breaking apart, looking at how we sabotage ourselves, breaking down and looking at the structure of where we're at and where we want to be, but being careful not to get caught up in that destination preoccupation and stepping into what we know we need to do. Like, for me, I knew that I need this like drill sergeant kind of support around me. And my boy Cody has been just that. He's a professional fighter. He's like, come on, bitch, suck it up. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, let's do it. That makes me like, oh yeah, you're going to challenge me. Like, let's see what you got kind of attitude, right? That's just how I am. And, you know, if someone's too nice, it's like, okay, cool, thanks. But, you know, we're not going to get shit done because I need that momentum, or that being held accountable. It's just how I operate. And you have to be willing to go into that. Right. So thank you, Cody, for holding me accountable. I appreciate you. And thank you all for tuning in and for liking and for sharing and subscribing. I appreciate you all very much. So I feel like this full moon is going to be a little bit of trigger town. Okay. So however you're feeling, however you're working with it, you know, do what feels right. If you're feeling confused or you're feeling unsure, take a step back and just, you know, if you need to go into hermit mode, do that. If you need to feel like you need support, reach out for support. Okay. It's just, there's a lot of just energy moving around, but now it went from a very fixed, frustrating kind of energy to now that frustration is starting to like unlock and open up and mutate and metamorphosize, if that's a word, if I could say that. I think it is. Yeah. So that's where we at. It's going to be, things are getting, I feel like March is actually going to be a much softer, energetic month, provided that we follow our guidance and we listen to our heart and we are able to get out of our head, because we're still going to have Jupiter and Saturn and Mercury for a little while in Aquarius. So that's still fixed energy. Once Mercury gets out of Aquarius, then that will sort of lighten up, a little bit more. But Mercury doesn't really like being in Pisces either, because, it's trying to figure things out. But now it's in this big mutable sea of emotion. It's like, boy, where the hell do I go now? So it's just going to shift and change a little bit, holding ourselves accountable, holding each other accountable. This is why community is so important. All right. So that's what I got for you today. If you'd like a reading from me, 30% off go to spiritualbodybuilder.com. Check out the opportunity community. We meet every Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, and download my free ebook, Decrypting Language of the Human Body. Also, don't forget, I also have an astrology course on my website as well. You can check that out if you are interested. And you know, if you guys would like to let me know in the comments below, or DM me if you guys would like to know. I was thinking about doing like a weekly Zoom of like astrology training, teaching you guys about astrology. Just you guys bring up your natal charts, and we just start talking about the fundamentals, the basics, and, you know, interact one-on-one or multiple on one. It'll be a astrology orgy. You guys know what I'm saying. All right. So anyways, have a great day. Love y'all very much. Aho. I'll see you soon. Peace.